Hello and welcome back to the Pixel Street Podcast. This is episode 46, where sometimes me and John get together and talk about video games. My name is Joel Campos, and I am joined, as always, by John Hansen, who has unlocked every Smash Bros. Character.
Not quite yet, but I've been playing a ton of it.
Yeah. I mean, I was at work all day, but we did play for the whole lunch hour, which
it's just so good.
It is very good, but we'll talk about that, I'm assuming, more closer to the end. We're kind of changing the format a bit, so instead of talking about every game release, we're just going to talk about some of the ones that pique our interest or that we have some interest in. Just because I feel like, I don't know, me and John ourselves listen to podcasts a lot, so we hear all that all the time. You guys probably all hear it all the time. So better to just talk about our interests, I guess. As always, you can get our podcast on most podcast platforms on Mondays, Fridays, I guess, as well as on YouTube. You can now watch the show directly on our Facebook group by searching for Pixel Street Podcast. If you have any topics you'd like us to talk about in the future, email us at pixelstreetpodcast@gmail.com or comment on our Facebook page, Pixel Street Podcast. Let's get into some of the releases that we're excited for. John, do you want to say it, or should I?
You go ahead.
Smash Bros.
Yeah, Smash. I mean, yeah, it's all Smash.
It's finally here after all this time. Like, it seemed like it was never going to come, and then like a month ago, I remember I was listening to a podcast, and they're like, yeah, it comes out in a month. It's like, holy crap.
When did they first announce it? Has it been a year yet?
Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Because
first announced.
Because it was the Splatoon 2 thing at the end of the One Direct. Was that at the beginning of this year?
Is that when they first announced it?
Yeah, that's the first official announcement of it.
Yeah, that has not been a year then, because that was definitely this year.
Yeah, I feel like that was in February.
When was Smash Bros. Ultimate announced?
Because I still get fucking goosebumps just looking at that trailer.
All right, the title was confirmed as Smash Bros. Ultimate at E3 2018, where it was also announced that it would contain all playable characters. No,
that's just it was before then. Yeah, it was actually announced before then.
Hold on, it was March 8th, 2018.
March, okay, yeah. So yeah, it was only 9 months ago. So
yeah, and at the time it seemed like, at the time when they first announced it, everybody's like, all right, this isn't going to be for a while.
Yeah,
and like 9 months is really, really fast.
Yeah,
for a major release like that.
I think I heard that pretty much Sakurai started working on this the moment he was finished with the Wii U Smash.
Well, yeah, that's understandable. I mean, he probably took like a month or two break and just started immediately.
The madman does not take breaks. He was probably working on it while on his break.
Yeah, while he was sipping on some martinis.
Hashtag save Sakurai.
Exactly. But yeah, the game's fun. We're going to get into that a bit later when we're talking about what we're playing. And again, when we're wrapping up the Game Awards in a bit here, talking about some of the big topics there. In terms of other game releases, we also have Just Cause 4 just came out this week. Have you played any of those games, John?
I've played just a little bit of 2 because it was a free game a while ago for 360. I didn't get too much into it, but I like how that whole series is just like a batshit crazy action movie pretty much. And like I've seen how like in 4 you can like ride cars into tornadoes and just like complete insaneness like that, so I want to try it. Kind of like the same reason why I initially got into the Saints Row games with Saints Row the Third is just insane, and I love it when video games do that. So I want to give it a try. I just haven't yet.
Yeah, I'm on the same exact boat. I played maybe 3 to 4 hours of 2 because it was a free game with gold a while back. And I thought it was interesting, that whole sandbox is interesting to me just because, like, just cause. No pun intended, but it was interesting to me because of the way that, like, how ridiculous stuff is. Like, the explosions are crazy. And so if you combine like those ridiculous explosions with like cows and stuff, like I saw videos of Just Cause 4 of people like sticking like some sort of explosive on a cow and then lighting it, and the cow goes flying through the air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of got like that kind of that Saints Row zaniness to it, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that game came out this week. I would not pay full price for that game just because I'm not into it.
Just cause again.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even realize. I was like, what just happened? I was like, oh man, his daughter's getting it now. He's about to go start yelling at her. But yeah, I wouldn't pay full price for that. I would wait for a sale. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure there's people that would tell you that they'd pay full price any day.
Yeah, kind of what I've heard from it, just from the one person that I write with that I know has been playing it. He's ran into a lot of bugs with it so far. So that's a little disappointing. So maybe wait a bit on it. But I mean, otherwise, from the outside looking in, I think it looks cool.
Yeah, right on. Moving on, Anthem closed alpha, which if you signed up for, I'm sure you already know about. It runs Saturday, December 8th through December 9th. I know a lot of people are probably excited to get into that. I don't know how I feel about Anthem really. I'll have to wait until I see more about it. Like, everybody's all hyped about it, but really, realistically, how much do we know? Not that much. All we know is that people are saying, oh, it's kind of like Destiny. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, that doesn't help me.
Yeah, that actually kind of pushes me away from it, personally, because I'm just not into Destiny. I know you are.
Yeah, but, I am.
I will say, when they first announced Anthem at last year's E3, I was really into it. It looked awesome. I was like, oh yeah, playing as Iron Man pretty much. Like, that's cool. And then this E3, what they showed of it actually kind of killed my hype for it. I was like, it looks a little slower than I was initially wanting. And just you're adding in all that Destiny stuff that's just not personally for me. And then at the Game Awards last night, they showed a trailer kind of going into the story of it. And that kind of got me more interested again. So I just keep going back and forth with it. On the one hand, it looks beautiful. I mean, graphic-wise, it absolutely beautiful. But I just can't decide. I didn't get a chance to sign up for this closed beta or anything, so they'll probably have an open beta closer to the release that I'll try. So maybe I'll make a decision there.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a closed alpha, so I feel like the trend lately for games have been to have a closed alpha, closed beta, then open beta. So, I mean, the opportunities will definitely come, and I'll definitely have to hop into one and try it out, see if I like it. But as of right now, I'm not that excited for it. Moving on, Guacamelee 2 is coming to Switch, which is worth noting, because I feel like that game is really at home on a handheld, personally.
Yeah, for sure.
And then another one I thought was surprising that I brought up to you comes out next Thursday. DayZ 1.0. Like, what? That game's finally getting a 1.0 release on PC.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet that's only on PC, and I bet it's going to be a while before the Xbox version hits that point. I
mean, I've owned DayZ on PC for years and years. I played many hours in it. I wouldn't doubt if it's my most played game on Steam.
Have you played the Xbox version?
I have not, but I have heard that it is hot garbage.
Yeah, I've got it. And
you do have it.
I didn't really play it since like the first week that it hit Xbox. It's very empty though, and it's not that great. So I was wondering like what was missing compared to the PC, because I never played it on PC before.
Yeah, I mean 1.0, I wonder if there's going to be anything new to the game at all. I'll have to look into it some more, or if it's just going to be essentially the same stuff and they're just throwing a 1.0 patch on.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That, with how long DayZ has been in this early access thing, I kind of feel like that's what it could be. Is just them being like, hey, look, it's finally released, but not really that big of a step forward for them.
Yep. Well, that does it for the major releases coming out within the next week or so, this past week as well. Let's get into some of the backwards compatible games that have come out on the Xbox One. Since we last had a podcast, there have been quite a bit, so I'm just going to run through them. We had Tom Clancy's Hawks, Tom Clancy's End War, Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. I think we actually already had those.
That one we did.
Civilization Revolution, Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13-2, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. I know people were really excited about that one, even though I never played it. I don't even know what the gameplay looks like. Sonic Unleashed, Aliens vs. Predator, Duke Nukem Forever, The Bureau, XCOM Declassified, and The Darkness. Any of these appeal to you, John?
Let me think. Kingdoms of Amalur, I have heard good things about, so I kind of want to give that a try. THQ Nordic bought that IP, and they're just kind of buying all of these IPs that are really dormant and just haven't done much lately. You look at Darksiders 3, which released last week, I think. So that's kind of what they've been doing, and I have heard good things about this. So that I want to give a try. Sonic Unleashed I've played, and it's half of a good game, half of a good Sonic game. The other half is complete crap.
Wow. Sorry, which half? Is it the left half or the right half? Because I'm looking at the cover of the case.
The half that has the
the actual Sonic?
Yeah, that's the good half. The half with the werehog.
with the it looks like a furry version of Sonic.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, for me personally, I played through all of Final Fantasy 13 and got to the last boss and could never beat him. And so I feel like now might be the time for me to get back into it, maybe in like a month or two when, I kind of have nothing to play. But then again, in a month or two, guess what? More games.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening?
When are all those Final Fantasy games coming to the newer consoles?
What do you mean? I think they're already here.
Are they?
Yeah. They're on the backward compatible list.
No, I mean like 7, 8, 10.
Oh.
Like they're bringing all of those back.
I don't think that those have ever been on Xbox, so I don't think those will be on Xbox.
No, they are. They're coming. They're not
really?
backwards compatible. They're just bringing the games back for it. Yeah, it's coming back for Xbox, PS4, and Switch.
I didn't know that. I'll have to look into that.
It's like everything but 9, so like everyone has been like freaking out because like, where's 9?
I mean, I do own 7 on like 4 or 5 different platforms right now, so I don't think I really need to invest more money into it. But I mean, it'd be cool to play it on Xbox with some achievements, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that does it for the backwards compatible games. Free games of the month, John. You want to go through some of these?
All right. On Xbox, we got Cube 2 for the whole month of December. Starting on the 1st through the 15th, we got Dragon Age 2. From December 16th to January 15th, we have Never Alone. And on the 16th through the 31st, we have an original Xbox game, Mercenaries Playground of Destruction. So
that's a first time ever.
Yeah, for an original Xbox game coming to Games with Gold. That's really awesome. Hopefully they keep doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like sorry, not trying to cut you off, but I wish that they come out with Fusion Frenzy as a game with gold, because that's a game that I loved, when I was younger, but it's not something I think I could justify paying for right now with all the games that have been coming out. But yeah. I would definitely play the hell out of it if it became a game with gold.
Yeah, for sure. I'm kind of the same way with Psychonauts and what's the alien game? Destroy All Humans. I really want to play those because I never played them in the past, and I hear that they're fun and they look up my alley, so I want to give them a try.
I never played either of those, but also thinking of all these old original Xbox games, it reminds me of Conker Live and Reloaded. I thought that game looked so fun, but I never got it when I was a kid. Never got it.
On I think that's on backwards compatible right now too.
It's not that one. Is it that one? Maybe it's I know Conker's Bad Fur Day is on the Rare Replay.
Yeah, that one's on Rare Replay. I want to say the Live and Reloaded one got backwards compatible, but I could be wrong on that.
Interesting.
Okay, moving on. For PS Plus on the PS4, we have Soma. Never heard of that. Onrush, which I've played and it's okay for a little bit. On the PS3, Steriden and Steins Gate. On the Vita, we have Iconoclast and Papers, Please, which I know some people like. And on Twitch Prime, we have Hacknet, Poi, Smoke and Sacrifice, and the SNK bundle. Any of those work for you?
Not really. I know Onrush is supposed to be really good, so it's cool that that's free, but I know that's also on Xbox Game Pass right now. And yeah. Obviously, if I have the opportunity to play a game 2 places, I'm going to choose Xbox just because that's kind of the ecosystem I'm more embedded in.
Yeah, but, I'm the same. I did play that on Game Pass, and it's fun at the beginning. It's a racing game where you don't really race. Like, all you're doing is, like, going for the specific objectives. The thing is as the game goes on, you're only doing, like, the same 3 objectives over and over again. It's like, go through these gates, or smash the other people, or be the last one standing. Like, it's just that over and over again. So it gets old pretty fast, but for what it is, it's fun.
It's good to hear. I haven't played it yet, but I know one of my buddies that I play with all the time loves it, so I'm sure eventually I'll play it.
Gotcha.
Speaking of Xbox Game Pass, let's get into some of the games we've been playing, which one of mine is on Xbox Game Pass. It's called Human Fall Flat. I was watching the Xbox Extra Life stream over the weekend, and they did like an hour-long interview with Phil Spencer. It was Justin Roby and Phil Spencer, and they were playing Human Fall Flat. And I don't know, have you ever seen what this game looks like?
Yeah, I've played it on Game Pass.
Okay, yeah. And it's just so goofy. You're like these 2 clay guys, or, well, it depends on how many people you're playing with, but you're clay guys, and the only buttons you have are the triggers and to jump and move around, essentially. And the triggers, like, if you hold the right trigger, it grabs onto whatever your hand's touching, and that just becomes a point. Like, you can't move that hand if you're holding the right trigger. So you can, like, climb up stuff. It was just a fun, goofy game. I told 2 of my buddies to download it, and both of them downloaded it and tried playing it by themselves, and were like, oh, that game sucks. I was like, no, like, you don't understand. It's going to be so much more fun if we're all playing together. And so I got them to hop back on, and we ended up beating the whole game. Just because it's like super addicting, and it, like, there's some really goofy moments. I had a lot of fun streaming it. It was just a great time. I think it's hilarious. And then, is this the same company that made Gang Beasts?
You know, I was wondering that too, because the design of the character is so similar to that, but I don't think so.
Yeah, because, like, it looks very similar to Gang Beasts, and I've seen like Kinda Funny do Let's Plays of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I assumed it was the same, but maybe not. So yeah. Gang Beasts is made by Double Fine, and Human Fall Flat is made by Curve Digital. So,
yeah, okay. Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. Not the same company. But either way, it's got a similar style where you're just a clay guy and you have to solve puzzles by, it can be as simple as opening a door or moving some batteries to power a door, or, picking up a log. It's very physics-based as well. So there's a lot that goes into it. But I had a great time playing it. And it's definitely something I would have never played if it wasn't on Game Pass, so I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen some videos on it before I started playing it on Game Pass, and I'm in the same boat as you there. If it wasn't on Game Pass, I would probably have never given it a try. I unfortunately never got to play it with anyone else. I didn't have any friends playing it at the time, so I ran through it solo, and I still mostly enjoyed it. Yeah, I do think 100% it would be better with another person there, just because, I don't know, when we were playing, like, there was just like
like the goofiest moment we had is I like kind of ran ahead a bit and I was like, all right, because we were getting all the achievements, we had guides up to see what exactly to get, where to go to get these achievements done. And like I was like, all right, I'm gonna go find these gems, you guys can catch up. And because like they were having a hard time getting to where I was, and I came out of the cave and they were all like, no, help. And one of my friends was like holding the other friend's hand as he was dangling off a cliff, and we couldn't figure out how to get him up. So he ended up just having to fall down and then running all the way around. But it was hilarious because then like they had like music started kicking in at that time, and it was just like the goofiest music for the situation we were in. But awesome. Yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed it a lot. What have you been playing?
First game I'm going to talk about is Kingdom Hearts 2. Just get that out of the way because Kingdom Hearts 3 recently went gold, so we are getting it at the end of January. It's coming. I've been running through them since earlier this year, probably. I finished 1. I finished Birth by Sleep. I ran through all the cutscene only ones for Decoded and 358 over 2 days. I'm not gonna do Chain of Memories because that wasn't really fun what I played of it. So I'm on Kingdom Hearts 2 again, which I've probably beaten about 6 times when I was younger. Still really enjoy it. It's awesome. Super excited for 3 to come out.
Yeah, I've never played Kingdom Hearts. My roommate bought them both on my PS4 account, so I have them there. Well, obviously that's the only place you can really play them nowadays, unless you have the old versions. But I really want to play through it, but I honestly don't know if I have time before it comes out to get through them. Because, I just beat Red Dead, which we'll get to in a bit. And I still have to go we'll get to that in a bit. And I still have to beat Assassin's Creed, which I haven't even started. I know I want to play that. Like I said, there's just so many games. Like, so many games. But Kingdom Hearts seems cool. The new one seems interesting. That's a game I feel like my girlfriend will enjoy watching me play on the couch. So I feel like I have to get it, but we'll see when the time comes.
Yeah, for sure. I do definitely recommend going through all the past games before you play 3, because that is a very convoluted story. Yeah, I just still don't understand how they haven't brought it to Xbox with 3 coming to Xbox. It's completely crazy to me. But
yeah, because like even like if they came out with the 1 and 2 whatever remix whatever, it's hard to keep track of the names. But if they came out with it for Xbox, even though I technically own it on PS4, I'd probably still buy it on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Just because
I would for sure. Just because I love the series.
Yeah, because I know that Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming to Xbox, and that's where I'd buy it if I did, even if I did play the first 2 on PS4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing, is they recently released the story so far, which is a combination of all of the past games for just the PS4. Like, that came out like a month or 2 ago. It's crazy.
That's something that you would think like, oh, they're developing that specifically for Xbox players who never played the game before because they weren't able to. But nope, here we are just waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
They're pretty much saying, "F you, go buy a PS4."
Right. Regardless, I'm super excited for 3.
Yep, you and many others. Before I talk about my next game, I just want to talk about how I bought some new PC parts last week. I got a pretty nice bonus at work this year, so I decided it was time to upgrade my PC a bit. When I originally had built it a little over a year ago, you reused like an old case that I had from when I built a computer in high school. So it was real old and shitty, so I upgraded. I bought a Corsair 275R, I think it is. It's just a mid-tower case. It's real simple. It's got the glass on the side, but it looks real fresh, especially compared to what I was working with before. And I bought some new like RGB Corsair fans, which I'm super hyped about. Because I know you have a newer computer, like about a year ago, right? Did you? Does yours like light up and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool, man.
Yeah.
I never had this before.
Yeah, me either. When I bought it, I saw a thing on it saying, "Oh, yeah, you can change the light with this button here." So, like, when I first bought my PC, I would just like continuously flicker through all the different colors. So, yeah, it's awesome. It's also got a glass cover on the side, so you can see everything on the inside.
I think that's the new standard now. Like it was kind of unheard of like 10 years ago, but now that's a new standard. The one thing I do want is because like it's very top heavy in the lighting. Because the fans I bought came with 3 fans. They're all wired together. I have 1 in the back and 2 up top, and I want to get some LED strips that Corsair sells that'll also sync with them. And they're like magnetized inside the case, and they'll be hidden. I think it'd be real nice to add some color to the bottom. My one regret though is that I went all in on like Razer like products in terms of like keyboard and mouse. They're both Razer, and if I had bought Corsair keyboard and mouse, like forward thinking in a way, I would be able to sync them with my computer, which would be ridiculous. But nonetheless, I'm happy with what I got. My Razer keyboard and mouse still light up different colors, which is cool. Wait, hey, does your keyboard light up different colors?
No, my I just have a cheap keyboard. It came with the PC itself, so it's nothing special.
Oh, okay, because I have a Razer keyboard and mouse, and when I play Overwatch on PC, the colors of my keyboard changes depending on which character I pick.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So if you see like a cheaper, like I mean, I doubt you're in the market for a keyboard right now, but if you see like a cheaper Razer RGB keyboard, definitely pick it up because it's pretty cool. I'm not sure if like I'm not sure if other brands do it or if it's just Razer, but pretty cool nonetheless. Moving on, I have also been playing Beat Saber. This game is awesome.
Yeah, it's the one game I want a PSVR for.
It's really cool. It's actually coming in a bundle, I think, with Borderlands 2 VR in a month or so. I don't remember. But either way, I picked it up last Monday, and I played for hours, man. It's really addicting. I haven't played it in about a week now, but I know for a fact I'm playing it this weekend.
Nice.
It's just a lot of fun. And like that first night, I played for maybe 2 hours. And I was definitely sore the next morning. So
from all the moving.
Yeah, because like you move a lot. Like I'm a bigger dude. Like you move a lot, and then you have to crouch a bunch. Like it wasn't like unbearable soreness. It wasn't like when I go to the gym sore. It was like it's like, oh man, I'm kind of groggy, and I know what it's from. It's because like my legs are slightly sore.
I gotcha.
From sabering it up, man. But yeah, it's really cool. It just makes me wish that there was some sort of like Star Wars Jedi Academy game with lightsabers or something. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've kind of heard that this is the Star Wars game that everyone has always wanted.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the sabering down, that's for sure.
That's cool. All right. My next game, surprise, surprise, is Overwatch.
Oh boy! All right, you want your Overwatch minute, or are you gonna take longer?
Nah, just a minute's fine.
All right, hold on. Let me get a. Okay, timer.com is nothing. Hold on. No, I'm actually gonna time you.
Okay.
We're gonna put 1 minute on the clock.
All right.
Starting now.
All right. Since the last time we had a podcast, Ashe has come out, and she's a lot of fun. I think she's essentially a new Hanzo or Widowmaker because she's a really good sniper, but she's not as powerful as those two. Without Mercy, she can't one-shot kill anyone, so I think a lot of people are gonna see an Ashe pick as a throw in the future. The Winter Wonderland event starts this next Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember which one. There's been some cool skins shown off. There was a Pixie Mercy, Furry Lucio, Zarya in some snowboarding gear, so I guess that's cool, but there's not going to be anything else that's new besides the skins. It's all just the Mei snowball offensive and everything, and the Yeti hunt. I mean, other than that, I'm ready for just some new updates on it. I don't know. It's starting to feel a little stale to me, but I still love the game itself.
But yeah, no, I do agree. I think that the skins for this year's winter, what is it? Winterfest? What is it?
Winter Wonderland.
Winter Wonderland. I think the skins do look pretty cool. I like the
Yeah.
Lucio one a lot, a lot more than I have any right to.
Right?
I think it's pretty cool. It's got like cat ears, right? That one.
I think it's fox ears.
Fox ears, yeah, whatever. I saw like a quick preview of it. Thought it was interesting. But yeah, that game's still going strong. I'm actually surprised it did. Wait, did it win at the Game Awards? Did it win Recurring Game of the Year or whatever?
Last year it did.
What won it this year? Was it Rainbow Six?
No, it was Fortnite.
Fortnite, that's what. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, Overwatch still fun. You know, that's kind of like my go-to when I'm bored and want to play some multiplayer. Moving on, last one before the major one for us is Red Dead Redemption 2. I beat the main story. I think I'm like 45 or 46 hours now. I beat the main story. I still have the 2 epilogues to go. But I heard the 2 epilogues are actually hit or miss. I mean, I've heard some people like it, some people don't. I'll eventually play through it, but like that's like another 10 hours I got to commit probably to beat them both. So that's kind of still a commitment, but I just wanted to get, you know, the main story down. That way I don't really reach any spoilers. I feel like I kind of know what happens after this point because I've played Red Dead 1. But yeah, it's just a matter of seeing what... I don't want to spoil anything. I almost said something that I caught myself there. It's you know what happens if you played Red Dead 1, but... Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to get back to it someday. I still have not played the online. I kind of don't want to play the beta of the online. I'd rather wait until it's actually out. Especially because I've been reading that they might not carry over progress.
I just saw a thing yesterday where they said it is going to carry over. Yeah.
Okay, that's a little more enticing then. I might give it a shot, but I don't know. I feel like I'll let everybody else work out the bugs in it. And I'd rather just wait until it's kind of more on the GTA 5 level of online, which probably won't be for a while, but yeah, I'm excited. I think that'll be cool to do some kind of heist, you know, some bank robberies, a train heist or something with some friends. But I still don't see how that online is going to be any more fun than GTA 5. Or
I'm
even
in the
on that
same
level.
exact boat. The online is the only reason why I would consider buying it. I personally, it's a cowboy game. The only one in the past that I've liked before is Gun, and the little bit I've played of Red Dead Redemption 1, it didn't really capture me. It was just Grand Theft Auto in the West, and I've been completely burnt out on Grand Theft Auto single-player play. And I've also heard really divisive things about Red Dead 2. I completely acknowledge the importance of it and all the work that Rockstar put into it. It's just the little detail things that they make you pay attention to just personally isn't for me.
Yeah, I mean the story as a whole, in my opinion, like at the beginning, very slow. Obviously everybody was saying that the first chapter, extremely slow. Then it starts to picks up a bit, and then I was like, alright, this is a pretty good game. And then I got to chapter 6. And my problem with chapter 6 is that you basically have to go from mission to mission. So like if I do a mission here at point A, I then have to ride my horse, you know, it just shoots me out in the middle of nowhere. I then have to ride my horse all the way to do another mission that's nowhere near a city that I can fast travel to. So I'm essentially stuck riding my horse for 10, 15 minutes just to get to a mission. And that really pissed me off, and it really took away from the game for me. Like, I don't mind riding my horse, you know, if there's other stuff to do, but at this point I'd already done pretty much all the side quests that were available. That's what I was doing through the game, is I was doing a main quest, and then every time a side mission would pop up, I would go do that. It just got annoying because it just felt like I was spending more time riding my horse than doing the missions in that last chapter. And it's just because of how they spread all the missions out towards the end. The missions themselves were great, don't get me wrong, I liked them, but the fact that I had to spend so much time riding my horse to them, like, it doesn't really appeal to me. Just seemed kind of like a waste of time, a little bit. But yeah, like, I mean, like, people are giving the game 10s and stuff. I wouldn't give it a 10 by any means. Like, maybe an 8, in my opinion. Mid 8, maybe.
Okay.
But then again, I have not played the online. All right, John, let's talk about your game. Come on.
Well, I got one more before that.
Oh, you do? Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I've still been playing Black Ops 4. I kind of fallen away from the multiplayer, just because I've said before that this is the most fun I've had with a Call of Duty multiplayer-wise in a very long time, and that's true. But at the end of the day, it's still Call of Duty multiplayer. So I think I have kind of hit a wall with that. So I think I'm just gonna kind of take a step back. But I still love the zombies, even though Treyarch seems to be completely turning their back on the mode for Blackout and multiplayer. I recently did the main Easter eggs for 9 and Blood of the Dead, so I just have Voyage of Despair to go. Other than that, I've also been starting to try Blackout a little more. Had a game where I almost won my first solo match. I got 3rd, so that was cool.
Right on, that's exciting.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I really just want to play zombies on it.
Yeah, I still have not played zombies. So, I mean, I see you playing it all the time. So if you ever play zombies and you need somebody, I'll definitely hop on if I can, because I've wanted to try it, and you seem like the type of person to play it with because you seem like you know what would be going on.
For sure. I actually did write a article a while ago when the game first came out, just kind of a starter tutorial for anyone getting into the zombies, because they did change up quite a bit. So if you ever want to check that, go to Culture of Gaming and just type in zombies and you'll find my starting article.
But yeah, Call of Duty, it's always going to be there. I do like the Battle Royale in it. I think it's pretty fun. But I'm more excited to see what the Battlefield, I almost said Battlefield Call of Duty, the Battlefield Battle Royale is going to be in the future. In March, I think it is. Because I think Battlefield 5 is a lot of fun. I haven't played it in a few weeks, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's been underperforming, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. But I think that mainly is because of the Battle Royale, the lack of it.
Gotcha.
Because people were excited for it, and they said, oh, it's not coming until March. And then everybody's like, oh. But I think it could pay out for them in the future. But at that point, like, the game's already on sale right now for $35.
Yeah, and it just came out like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Like, why even buy a game when it comes out if it's going to go on sale 2 weeks later for half the price?
Right.
It is crazy.
Fallout did something similar too.
Yeah, it was like a week later on Black Friday. It was $40, I think.
Yeah.
And don't even get me started on the bag situation, John. I have that fucking bag sitting right next to me.
I forgot that. I forgot about that.
But, I mean, it seems like they're going to make good and send me a canvas bag of some sort. I don't know. Like, they haven't even said if it's going to be the canvas bag that was advertised or if it's just going to be a canvas bag. Who knows? I sure as hell don't. Nor do I really care at this point.
Oh, man.
Like, I'll be surprised if I get that damn canvas bag. Like, if I put in my request for it today, like, submitted my proof of purchase to Bethesda, I'd be surprised if I got it before June. Like, it's going to take a long time for them to get these out. And
they got to make them.
Like, well, what if I move when my lease is up? I may never get this fucking thing.
You might not.
Let's talk about happier things, John. Let's move on to Smash Brothers.
Smash!
Dude, I feel like this has been the podcast of Smash Bros. Because I feel like every week we've had something to say about it.
Yeah.
Whether it's like a full-fledged like news article about like a Nintendo Direct, or if it's like one of us in passing just saying, man, Smash is coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
But it's fucking here. It's downloaded digitally onto my Switch.
Same.
How crazy is that?
Oh, man. It's just... so much work has been put into this. Like, we know Sakurai, he just non-stop puts all he can into his games, and it's just another example of it's just amazing, like, how much he put into this game. Like, what is it? 74 playable characters right now, with 6 more on the way. One is PD Piranha, which is free, and then 5 DLC characters. We'll get into one of those later. And then just like 300 stages after you take in all the different morphing things, the like Omega forms and everything. It's insane just how much is here, especially on the Switch.
Oh yeah, I know. Like that little cartridge, man. It's amazing how much they can fit on those carts. How many hours have you played today since it came out?
Last night it actually started up for me a few minutes before it was supposed to last night. So pretty much right when the Game Awards ended, I gave it a try and it let me in. And I played until 4:30 or 5 in the morning.
Gee, you are a madman. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So for me, it booted up at like 11:15. So like a few minutes after it was supposed to. It wasn't booting up. And so I booted it up and I played 1 or 2 matches laying in bed while I went to sleep, because I had to be up at 5:30 for work. Went to work today, and lunchtime everybody was on the same page. I brought in 2 Pro controllers, 2 sets of Joy-Cons. My coworker brought his Switch, so he had his Joy-Cons there. Brought the dock, brought the charger. We were all set, and we're all just like, all right, where are we ordering lunch from? We ordered lunch. We all met in the conference room, and we just fucking smashed, man. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like an hour straight of Smash. We had people like, because normally we play Switch in the conference room during lunch every day, like Mario Party or something. And like we were like legit like yelling at each other. Like, when it comes down to like sudden death, like when it's 1-on-1. What is it called in Smash? Is it sudden death?
Yeah, sudden death.
Yeah. So, and like we were, legitimately yelling at each other, and then like people were coming back from lunch and like walking, like, what are you guys doing in here? It's like, oh, we're playing a new game that just came out. And then so we had people like joining in for a round or 2 to try it out. But yeah, I mean, it's Smash, man. It's back. And it's harder than, like, it's as good as it's ever been.
Yeah. Bigger and better than ever.
I've only played versus mode. So I can't speak towards like the spirits mode, and I forget what the other mode is.
What, babe? I'm busy.
But other than that, yeah, it's been fun. I feel like mainly people are going to be playing versus mode or versus the computer for practice.
Oh yeah, that's always been the main draw of Smash.
I said it at the front of the show, but how many characters have you unlocked now?
I think because you start out with 8. I don't know for sure, but I want to guess I'm probably in the 20s. Because you unlock them pretty fast.
Yeah, so the game has a timer, actually. Did you know that? Did you see this?
No, I didn't.
So there's a cheese way that you can unlock them all. But so, for instance, when you launch the game, a timer starts in the game. And if you play one match, you'll unlock a character, and you have to beat the character to officially unlock them. And after that point, you won't get another character unlocked until 10 more minutes and you finish a match.
Gotcha.
If that makes any sense. So it's essentially every 10 minutes, like that's their way of doing it. But what you can do is you can literally... So some of the characters will not unlock unless you've moved and jumped enough times in the game. So that's their way of kind of making you not be able to cheese it. But I've seen videos of people like, yeah, I just ran around for 20 minutes, jumped around for 20 minutes. And then what you can do is you can close the game down, launch it, go to versus, go one stock, and run off the edge. You'll unlock a character, fight him, beat him, and then rinse and repeat to unlock them all. So that's just a fast way of doing it. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I doubt I will. I've just been having fun playing, and then it's like, and then whoever wins that match before gets to play the new challenger, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
He gets to fight him to unlock him.
I gave the World of Light mode a try, and you can unlock people through there too. When you hit certain points,
I heard that is the slowest way to unlock characters.
Yeah, it is. for sure. I'm just saying if you're looking for a specific character, that's how you can unlock them. Like the first fork in the road is you can choose between Marth, Sheik, and I can't remember who else, but there was a third one, and whichever one you choose, it will lock off the other two, and you have to go on that path. So I played that for a little bit. World of Light is kind of underwhelming. It's just it is what it is. It kind of has the old event mode factored into it, where like every match is something different, which is kind of cool, but overall it's nothing amazing. The one thing that really surprised me is the classic mode, which I absolutely loved. So classic mode has been in the game since the very first Smash Brothers. It's you choose your character and then you battle people until you face Master Hand at the end. And it's always been pretty much the same thing. Of the first one in Melee were all pretty much, okay, it's the same path for everyone. Brawl, I want to say, was the same way. And then I never played on Wii U, but I want to say that Wii U had different paths. I'm not 100% sure on that. But, or maybe it was like just random fights. But in this one, every single character, so every character has 6 matches and a boss fight at the end. And every character has their own set matches. So, for example, my first one I chose was Pikachu. All 6 matches for Pikachu are against other Pokemon. And then the boss match is against Mewtwo. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. And so I went and tried some other ones. And yeah, it's just different for every character. I did Marth. And Marth is like fighting against all the dragon characters. So you play Yoshi and everything. And then your final boss is the Monster Hunter guy. The big dragon boss thing. You know what I'm talking about? The Dracphalos or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, Rathalos?
Rathalos, yeah. Yeah, he's the final boss for Marth. And it's just that stuff. Like, it's really cool. I love that. It just gives this game that little extra push. I mean, classic mode has always been there, like I said, and it's always been the same thing, but every single character I've seen so far has their own thing. Like, I saw Peach will have, like, everyone she fights will be, like, people that have kidnapped others in the past or something, so you'll obviously have Bowser and then Ganondorf. Yeah. I played through Mario, and that one was awesome, and instead of Master Hand at the end, Bowser is the final boss, and then when you beat him, he turns into Giga Bowser, which is the giant one from like Melee. It's just so cool. I love it.
Yeah, oops, sorry, my voice is getting kind of rough, but yeah, I'm excited to try some of those other modes tonight. I know that I have some people that are trying to play some online tonight, so I don't know if you're down. We'll probably all be chatting in Discord, so I'll text you or something. Right, I don't know what time. I just asked them because do you know the OK Beast guys at all? Do you know who they are? It
sounds familiar.
They're like some other kind of funny fans. They have their own site, but I'm in their Discord, and we've been talking about playing tonight. So,
all right, yeah, send me a message.
Yeah, I'll let you know for sure. But we'll probably get in on that. I'll probably be streaming it as well. But regardless, Smash Bros. These are exciting times. We'll talk about the DLC in a bit. But yeah, I'm excited to try some of the other modes. Like I said, the single player, because I haven't touched any of it. Either Spirits or what's the other one?
It's the Spirits mode is World of Light.
World of Light.
Yeah. That's the same mode. I recommend going the classic first because you do unlock more spirits as you beat every classic mode.
Yeah, I was looking at. Do Amiibo do anything in this game?
You know, I have some that I think it's just the same as the Wii U version where you can level up your Amiibo. Okay.
All right. That doesn't really appeal to me. I like the Amiibo style where it's like, you put it in, you get free shit.
Yeah, no, I think this one, I remember on Wii U it was like, so I have a Kirby and a Fox amiibo, and like what you do is you'll set them and you can like change their moves up a little bit, and then you can like also level them up so that they're more powerful when they're computer, I guess. I'm not too sure on that, but it's something I want to at least give a try since I have them.
Yeah, why not? Let's go into some more news because we're going to come right back to Smash at the end of the podcast here. So the Game Awards were last night on Thursday, December 6th, 2018. A lot of stuff came out of it. Some new announcements like Mortal Kombat 11 that I'm not very interested in, but are you interested in that at all, John?
Yeah, I'm interested in it, even though I'm not much of a fighting game fan. Mortal Kombat and Smash are the two that I liked to play. I just want to say on that trailer, it was awesome, except for the music. The music was a total buzzkill. Like, it was completely out of character.
Okay, like the music, I'm sure it's fine, whatever, hip-hop, I like some rap music. The fact, like, it just sounded like they made a trailer, and then they just decided at the last minute, like, yeah, we're going to put this song over it. Like, it didn't sound like it was mixed in at all. It just sounded like one was louder than the other. Like, it wasn't very well done, in my opinion. It seemed very last minute.
It felt completely out of place. Like, it did not match the tone at all.
Yeah, but the trailer, the game looks beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Mortal Kombat 10 coming to Xbox Game Pass next week, I believe.
That's cool.
Yeah, so they're getting right down with it. In other news, Below is launching on Xbox Game Pass next week as well.
Yeah, the whole winner of arcade thing.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I also want to say with the Mortal Kombat real quick, it was awesome how they announced it, where they had Ed Boon come out and he's like, hey, these are the nominees for best sports and racing, and then Scorpion's spear thing just cuts through, and then there's all the lightning. That was really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew that was coming, right?
Yeah, sooner or later.
I mean, that was like next up, because they always like rotate between Injustice and Mortal Kombat right now.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, no, we knew MK11 was coming. It was just a bit of a surprise to see it in that moment.
Yeah, in other news, they also announced Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which is a Switch-only game, and I don't think anybody would have guessed that.
No, that was a complete surprise, especially after Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 have been completely taken down from the digital stores.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but
license ran out, I guess. I don't know.
Regardless, we're getting a third one, and it is only on Switch, which, I mean, it's fine. I feel like it's right at home on Switch. The downside is the graphics look like hot garbage. It looks like an iOS game.
When it first popped up, I thought it was like a Telltale game. Like they brought back the Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale, because it starts with the Guardians. At first I was like, I was like really excited. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And then I saw that, I'm like, oh, Telltale. And then it showed the other characters. And I'm like, wait, what? I was really confused.
It also, to me at the beginning, it looked very much like Marvel Heroes. And I was like, wait, are they bringing Marvel Heroes back? Like, what is happening? That game got shut down. They deleted it from everybody's system. You can't even play that game anymore. But nonetheless, Ultimate Alliance 3, I've played maybe 10 minutes of one of the other ones at a friend's house once. It was pretty cool. It's like a fun, I guess, party game, I guess. You could play with people.
I played quite a bit of the first one, and I really enjoyed it. So I'll be looking forward to this game.
Yeah, I think it's going to do really well on Switch. I'm just hoping that the graphics look better than what we saw. I don't know if that trailer was taken in-game and super zoomed in on stuff or what the deal was, but I have confidence that it's going to be a great game when it comes out.
Yeah.
You want to talk about these two?
All right, so God of War won Game of the Year, which is awesome. I think it completely deserves it.
I agree. For me, in my mind, Game of the Year is between that and Spider-Man, but I think God of War takes it a little more, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, 100%. I made a prediction video the day before the Game Awards on my YouTube, and I kind of said that Spider-Man had a shot, but I didn't really think it would hit it. There was just something missing from it that God of War had. just top to bottom was a more superior game. Red Dead Redemption 2 I thought was a bit too controversial between people, or not controversial, but polarizing. Like, you either really loved it or you acknowledged that you like it but didn't really enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought that was going to take away from it. And
Yeah.
I'm just glad to see God of War win it. It was awesome. It completely deserved it.
Yeah, like you were saying, God of War is more universally loved by the people who played it, as opposed to Red Dead Redemption, where you have people like Greg Miller who played, I don't know, 20 hours or so, and just said he couldn't do it anymore. But yeah, this is also kind of controversial that it won, because Red Dead Redemption 2 won a bunch of other awards over God of War. So people are being really weird about that. Like, people are complaining that, like, oh, how does Red Dead Redemption 2 win this, and this award that God of War was also nominated for, but doesn't win Game of the Year?
Yeah,
So, I mean,
well,
I can kind of see the argument, but, I mean...
Let's see. What did Red Dead win? Red Dead won Best Music, and they won...
like, Best Direction, I think, too.
No, God of War won Best Direction. God of War won Best Direction and Action Game of the Year. Red Dead won Music and...
Narrative.
Yep, it was narrative and that. So they were even, actually, up until then. They both had 1, too.
So Red Dead Redemption won Best Narrative, Best Performance from Roger Clark, the voice actor.
I forgot that. Yeah.
Score and soundtrack and audio design.
Oh, I forgot. Yep, I forgot about the Arthur Morgan and audio. Okay, so yeah, they won more. It is what it is. You see that all the time, really. The Game of the Year doesn't really win everything. There are different parts that other games will excel at, and I think Red Dead did deserve those other rewards over it in some areas.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, it just is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to be salty no matter what happens.
Yeah.
If Red Dead won Game of the Year, people would be complaining either way. So.
Yeah, for sure.
I just messed up the doc there. You want to talk about this big moment right off the bat?
Yeah. So this was by far the coolest moment for me yesterday. Right when the Game Awards began, Jeff Keighley on his Twitter the day before had mentioned that, we are finally getting to a point where I can do this thing that I've always wanted to do since I started this. And I was like, that sounds interesting. And right when the show starts up, he brings out Sean Layden, Phil Spencer, and Reggie Fils-Aimé all together on the stage. If you don't know, Sean Layden is the head of the American division for Sony. Phil Spencer, of course, is the head of Xbox. And then Reggie Fils-Aimé is the head of the American division of Nintendo. And they all came out and they were talking about unity and coming together and everything. And it was just an awesome moment. Just so cool. Something that you would never see at an E3 or anything. It was completely unique, and I loved every single second of it.
Yeah, I completely agree. When they walked out, I was like screaming. I was like, I was watching with my girlfriend. I was like, you don't understand how big of a moment this is.
Yeah,
like
it was
even
huge.
Like they could have not announced any games that night, and that would have been, still had headlines, because that's a big moment. Like, we all know, they talk to each other, like whether it's at like E3 or some other way. I don't know if they email or whatnot, but either way, this is just a big moment to see all three of them on stage together saying, like, this is our industry, like, together, all of us. Like, like, we're competitors, but also we love games, and that's why we're all here.
And we're going to keep pushing the industry forward. Like, it's just so cool. Yeah. It was awesome. I saw people complaining that, this looks weird because they all three of them have like their own specific ways of talking, which is like completely opposite from the other two.
It's very true.
But I love that. I think that made me love it even more, just showing just how different all three of them are. Like, it was just so cool. Like, that's one of the standout moments for the year for me right now. It was just awesome.
Yeah, I agree. That was a really cool moment. Another really cool moment, segue, Sonic Fox. Huh? How about that? You remember that guy?
That was
He was like so awkward and shy, but it was like so authentic at the same time. I thought that was a great moment.
I get he was very nervous, but at some points in it, I was like, this guy's a fucking dick. Am I the only one that got that kind of impersonation or that impression from him? Like he's talking about, oh yeah, when I won this award, I told my friend, man, I'm gonna give you money, just kind of like promoting himself. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it, and I get that he wants to promote one, himself, but also like gay people, furries, African Americans. Like, I get that it matters to him, and he is all those. So that's awesome. But I don't know. At some points in his really long speech, I was just like, man, you just don't sound genuine. You know what I mean? Something was off about it. I wasn't crazy about it.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that it was way too long, first of all. But I mean, I'm just glad, he took his chance. Like, that's the one shot he might have his whole life, to like speak up for himself in a way. Because, like, I know people probably just think, oh, that's that weird dude who dresses like a furry and plays video games on stage. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, he took his shot and he ran with it. So, why not?
Yeah, good for him. And, I mean, he won. So, congrats. It's just some of the things he was saying, I just came off wrong to me.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. And I know it's been pretty controversial on Twitter. But I mean, hey, whatever he said worked for him, because I saw him tweet earlier that he got 25,000 new followers since last night, which is insane.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's got his platform now. Moving on, the other big announcement is Crash Team Racing. How about it, John?
Yeah, this was kind of teased at by someone. Was it just Activision sending out the furry dices?
Yeah, I mean, it must have been. I don't think they said who it was from at the time, but it must have just been them.
Everyone was kind of getting an inkling beforehand that Crash Team Racing, Refueled? Or Nitro?
I don't remember.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's a remaster of the original Crash Team Racing. It's cool. I was much more of a Mario Kart guy in the past, but I mean, this is exciting for it to come back. I'll definitely give it a try.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like as of right now, Mario Kart is kind of the only really good kart racer out right now. And I know there are people like Tim Geddes who stand by the fact that Crash Team Racing was a better kart game. So, and I definitely know I've played it when I was a kid, but we were always a Nintendo household for the most part. So I definitely played a lot more Mario Kart than I did of CTR, but I'll definitely be picking it up. I also like when they showed the trailer, they only said PS4. And I remember me and my girlfriend were sitting there like, oh, well, that kind of sucks. Like, yeah, I have a PS4 and I'd buy it on there. But then, like, it came out later, like, oh, yeah, it's coming to Switch as well.
Yeah, I think that was just a mess up on the trailer side. Because usually they always have at the bottom all the consoles and platforms that comes out on, but that one didn't.
I don't know if it was a mess up on the trailer more so than it was, like, marketing.
Yeah, probably. Still, cool. It's coming out for everything. The conversation though of if it's better than Mario Kart, that's them talking about Mario Kart 64. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna bring this game back and you're gonna hype it up. My worry is that you can't really compare it now to Mario Kart 8, which by all means is a better game. Like,
probably, yeah.
we all know that, right? It's 20 years newer. It's got so much more. This one, you're taking that same game from the 90s and you're just making it look better. So we'll see what happens from that, I guess.
Yeah, makes sense. Moving on to the last bit of news we had from the Game Awards last night. We got the announcement of the first DLC character for Smash Bros. Personally, I have no interest in this character. I don't know. Have you played any of the games?
Nah, I'm in the same boat as you, but I know a lot of people are excited.
Yeah, so they announced that Joker from Persona is going to be the first DLC character for Smash Bros. First of 5. And obviously that comes with a stage and some songs, some music from the game. I played some of Persona 4, but I never played 5. But I know people were going crazy on Twitter over this. It makes me excited to see what the next DLC characters are going to be. Just because, like, I don't think anybody saw a Persona character coming to Smash Bros.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely gives me hope that Sora from Kingdom Hearts might make it.
It gives me... I mean, that would kind of make sense, you know. Maybe, like, along with the game's release.
Yeah.
But it gives me hope for Diddy Kong still. Or not Diddy Kong. Fucking...
Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie, yeah.
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie is still my number one that I'm hoping for.
That'd be awesome.
Crash and Spyro, I also think, have a shot.
Yeah, I agree. I think both of them have a shot. So, yeah, I think anything's fair game at this point. As long as it's not like you're not going to see, like, the Master Chief or anything like that, but...
Nah.
Yeah, I think most things are fair game to be in Smash, and that's really exciting.
Yeah, it's really cool.
All right. Well, that wraps up the Pixel Street Podcast, episode 46. As always, email us if you have a topic, pixelstreetpodcast@gmail.com. Check out our Facebook, Pixel Street Podcast, and you can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcast, and YouTube. I'm Joel Campos. You can find me on Twitter at Campos63. Watch my streams over on Mixer at mixer.com/MrFinishLine. John, where can we find you?
On Twitter, I am at RevXShadows. You can also find me on YouTube. Just type in RevXShadows, or it's youtube.com/JohnJW92, where tonight I'll be putting up a Game Awards reaction video of kind of my reactions from like the different announcements. Had a couple funny things in there. I will also be putting up a first impression video for Smash Brothers, hopefully tomorrow, not quite sure. Otherwise, you can find my writing on thatvideogameblog.com or cultureofgaming.com.
All right, that does it for episode 46. We will see you next time for 47. Later.